Hi, welcome back. It's Wednesday. It's the 26th, and another day under the sun. High pressure still large and in charge through the rest of the evening into tonight, but tomorrow not so much. We've got a cold front coming, and our forecast has definitely been adjusted in the past 24 hours to include more clouds and more showers over the next 48 hours than we had originally thought. In daytime highs, I'm not really surprised based on the setup, but we're now down into the upper 70s, 78 on Friday, 77 on Saturday for daytime highs. The short of it right now is that it's going to be wet and cloudy starting tomorrow, definitely tomorrow night and into your Friday with some widespread rain. We'll start to clear up by your weekend. That 77 degree Saturday is going to be the start of a beautiful picture perfect run of some really nice weather that goes at least through mid if not late next week. So our best chance of rain is going to be the next couple of days, and our only chance in the forecast period. More on that in just a few moments. I had the crazy misconception this morning of having a few hours based on the news that I was already working on to get caught up on some other things around the studio. That was not the case. My day began early this morning with kinder camp. What is it? Let you know in just a few seconds. It's still going on tomorrow. Also several arrests, and that does include that of a man who had been eluding authorities after escaping the jailer over at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center just a little more than a month ago. He led authorities in 2 counties on a wild police chase last night, and I'll tell you everything that I know in just a few moments. A structure fire that destroyed a McGoffin County home late last night. Also, a special honor bestowed upon our state representative, John Blanton from McGoffin County, and the list does indeed go on with our headlines tonight. A few other things to mention besides all of that. I do have notice in that the McGoffin County Fiscal Court is set to meet in a regular session meeting tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Several items on the agenda, a rather lengthy agenda for the McGoffin Fiscal Court. And we'll have a camera there, of course, and a report to follow. And this is a statewide report, but certainly and sadly has the possibility of affecting a lot of folks in our part and all parts of Kentucky. Hopefully this will go towards helping that situation. Representative Regina Bunch of Williamsburg has, as I understand, pre-filed a bill aimed at curbing the growing number of suicides in our state. The measure, she says, is going to require more in-depth training for school administrators, for staff, and teachers so that they will be prepared to recognize signs of suicide and prevent what has become an ongoing crisis among our youth in Kentucky. Her bill says that an average of 600 Kentuckians die a year by suicide, and suicide deaths outnumber homicide deaths 3 to 1, and they're the second leading cause of death for young Kentuckians ages 15 to 34. So beginning in the 2018-2019 school year, middle and high school principals, guidance counselors, and teachers would be required to complete 2 hours of in-person suicide prevention awareness training every other year. The training, which will be included in the already scheduled 4 days of professional development, she says will help educators and staff recognize the warning signs of youth in crisis. She also notes in a personal quote that young people in Kentucky are disproportionately affected by increased incidents of suicide. Bullying is on the rise and has been compounded by the constant onslaught of social media, and this has resulted in many students suffering from mental health issues, sometimes tragically ending in suicide. Teachers, administrators, and counselors need to be well equipped to recognize signs of distress so that students can receive the treatment they so desperately need. She says this is an entirely preventable crisis that needs to be addressed, and putting schools on the front lines is essential to saving lives. We'll have more on our state representative from the 92nd District in just a few moments. Right now, let's jump to our first headline for this evening. And that is one of many arrests that we have to report to you this evening. An area man, most recently with a Paintsville address, who escaped from the jailer just a little more than a month ago, was caught by police last night after two dangerous police pursuits in McGoffin and Johnson counties. While the McGoffin County Sheriff Carson Montgomery was on another call today, he did, however, have time over the phone to give me some details about the case and an attempt to capture Thomas Price yesterday afternoon. And those details that I have from the sheriff and those of records filed by arresting officer Trooper Dustin Thompson last evening tell a story of a desperate man and a situation that could have proved to be much more serious than the injuries he and his passengers sustained when they crashed to avoid or tried to avoid capture by the state police. Wanted on theft charges for stealing and then writing those stolen checks, the checks stolen in Sagersville and then written in Johnson County. Price was charged with several counts of theft and forgery and was wanted on those charges since 2015 and was finally arrested at the Louisa Walmart on June the 14th, just several weeks ago. And after a preliminary hearing on June the 26th here in Magoffin County, Price, as you may recall, bolted from the jailer as he was being taken back to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center as he was exiting the transport van. He fled in his orange hair, orange jumpsuit, and orange flip-flops and made it to the creek and wasn't seen again that day, facing charges out of several counties by the Kentucky State Police, Johnson County authorities, Magoffin and Sagersville authorities. Police did receive several leads on his whereabouts over the course of the next several weeks, but hadn't found him until yesterday afternoon, when the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department and Deputy Neil Adams got a lead that he was on Horsepen off of Route 40 trying to steal some gas from a home there at around 3:30 yesterday. The Sheriff's Department responded. Adams and Sheriff Carson Montgomery both ended up giving chase on Horsepen to Painter's Lick, then on to Route 25 and to Riceville, where Price, nearly hitting the sheriff and deputy head-on, was able to elude them and he got away. But later last night, around 8 o'clock or so, Trooper Dustin Thompson was out and responding to the earlier complaint and patrolling in the area of Route 825 near the Riceville Church, keeping his eye out for the red Ford Explorer that Price was said to have been driving with the rear glass busted out. And shortly after getting into Riceville, the trooper says that he encountered that vehicle and met a vehicle matching that exact description traveling towards him at a high rate of speed. Thompson notes in his arrest citation that he turned around and tried to catch up with the vehicle as he was passing Mill Branch, which is a single-lane, narrow blacktop road where he observed that Price had turned onto. Thompson then turned on to Mill Branch and found the vehicle about a mile up Mill Branch and encountered that red Explorer coming directly at him again at a high rate of speed. Thompson says that he stopped his cruiser, but Price continued to drive straight at him head on, and just an instant before striking his cruiser, swerved to the right and drove the Explorer onto a hillside, which caused the vehicle to come to a final rest partially on the passenger side. There were two occupants in the vehicle, Price and another man. They weren't wearing their seatbelt, and both were thrown into the windshield, and both suffered head injuries as a result. Thompson removed both men from the vehicle and placed them into handcuffs before they could flee again. And both are still in the Big Sandy jail. Price, in addition to the many charges for the many theft cases that he was already wanted on, now faces additional charges from Dustin Thompson of the state police, including fleeing or evading police in the first degree, wanton endangerment in the first degree of a police officer, no registration receipt, no registration plates, failure to wear seatbelt, several other traffic infractions, and no driver's license as well. And he could also be facing similar charges here in Magoffin County for the police pursuit at the behest of the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department. His passenger was identified as a George Whitaker, who was said to have been wanted on an outstanding warrant, the charges pertaining to which are unknown. And some other recent arrests include those of a DUI shoplifting arrest night before last, a Magoffin County man wanted in another state, and another day and 3 more local methamphetamine-related arrests. Before last, the Sheriff's Department got a call that a subject was in the Advanced Auto Parts in Sagersville, and he was driving on a suspended driver's license, and that he may be in the act of shoplifting. When the deputy arrived to the area, he found the vehicle in question and pulled behind it and noticed that he was driving on the white line and made a traffic stop. When he started talking to the suspect, he noticed that he had glassy, bloodshot eyes and slowed speech and all the other indicators that he was under the influence. He also failed to produce his paperwork and operator's license. After asking Ryan Cheek to exit the vehicle, he found a bottle of Rain-X in his pocket that was unopened and a tube of another product called Hard Cream Red in his car, both of which were believed to have been taken from the Advanced Auto Parts, while Cheek said that he had gotten them from home and from another store. When the officer went back to the Advanced Auto Parts, it was confirmed that he had stolen them and left without paying. The items came to a grand total of $7.93 in value after taxes. And after the investigation, Cheek was arrested on charges of DUI, second offense, driving on a suspended license, and theft by unlawful taking under $500 for shoplifting of the two items. A traffic stop at the Dawkins Trailhead at the mouth of Oakley resulted in the arrest of a Magoffin County man who was considered to be a fugitive from another state. Arrest citations indicate that Jasper D. Tate of Royalton was wanted out of the state of Indiana. And after Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams ran his information, he was alerted to the arrest warrant. That warrant in Tate's name issued from Floyd County, Indiana, for failure to appear regarding a Class C felony burglary charge. Adams then proceeded to make contact with Indiana authorities, who advised that they would extradite Tate back to Indiana. And Tate was placed under arrest locally and taken to the Big Sandy Regional Jail, where he awaits transport. In another case, 3 arrests, all meth-related, last night at a residence where Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams had made similar arrests in the past several weeks. Adams notes in his citation that he had permission to search a residence on the right-hand fork of Oakley where the Sheriff's Office has made numerous meth and drug-related arrests in just the past few weeks alone. This time, Deputy Adams notes that once inside he found 3 to 4 grams of meth, a loaded syringe with what he believed to be meth, and other syringes, many other syringes throughout the residence, and many other bags that would be used in the resale of methamphetamine, and some people who did not have permission to be inside the residence. Tommy J. Minix, who was just arrested for meth at the same residence several days ago, and 2 females were inside. Tommy Minix charged with possession of meth in the first degree and 4 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia, and 2 females, Stephanie Minix and Kayla Fletcher, both charged with possession of meth in the first degree, 4 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal trespassing. All 3 are still lodged in the Big Sandy Jail. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Whatever you've got going on this summer, they've got what you need for it, work or play, at Parkway Gun and Pawn, and they'll loan you cash today on anything worth $1. They've got tools, games, electronics, jewelry, musical instruments, new and used, long and handguns. They can even order you a new gun of any type, have it in 48 hours, and ammunition to go with all of them. Parkway Gun and Pawn. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400.
I'm Attorney Don McFarland. We all know that times are hard. Jobs are scarce. Most people that I know are struggling to support their families and make it through each day. Now imagine that you get seriously hurt while working on the job, and the insurance company for your employer refuses to pay wages and benefits while you are injured and cannot afford to pay medical expenses, household bills, and put food on the table to support your family. I can help. If you are being wrongfully denied workers' compensation benefits that you rightfully deserve, then give me a call and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
To anyone else, it might just be Thursday, but around here, it's Dipper Day at your Sagersville Lee's, where a plate full of big, white chunks of crispy chicken, 2 homemade sides, and a big buttery biscuit is only $4.99, and only $4.29 after 4 o'clock. So for lunch, a night free from the kitchen, or to cater your next big family or business gathering, call your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Get your $10 tickets now for the 14th annual and perhaps biggest community day yet, featuring the incredible Rhonda Vincent and the Rage and other headliners like the Dave Adkins Band, the Edgar Loudermilk Band with Jeff Autry, Toddy Preston and the Black Powder Express, and many, many, many more. And all the food, fun, games, and fabulous prizes that you can stand, all for just $10. And kids 12 and under, they get in for free. Community Day in the Ramey Park in Sagersville is Saturday, August the 19th.
July is here, and Appalachian Wireless is bringing the heat. We're giving up to $50 off any smartphone of your choosing this month. Samsung Galaxy S8, normally $149.99, now $99.99. Samsung GS7, normally $49.99, now only a penny. That's any smartphone up to $50 off its normal contract price, and it even includes the 128GB and 256GB models. Better hurry as supplies are limited. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings at Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Come by and check out this 2014 Jeep Compass 4x4, and come by and check out this luxurious, roomy, limited 2011 Town & Country. And this row of 2015 and 2016 Nissans and Fords and more, all like new, with low miles starting at $99.95. Check them all out at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. Still much more by way of headlines to come. Right now, though, an update from the chief of the District 3 Fire Department. All hands were on deck late last night from midnight until the early morning hours today for the District 3 Fire Department, who responded to this structure fire on Punchin off of Route 7 last night, who I caught up with responding again today after that fire had reignited. Fire Department responded late last night and spent till very early this morning on scene on Route 1766, that's Punchin above Royalton, about 1 mile up Punchin on the right at this double wide, a residence last occupied by James Allen, who was said to not be home and was moving out of the structure at the time. The fire department responded with all 4 of their trucks and doused nearly 8,000 gallons of water on it during last night's response, as well as the one earlier today where the fire rekindled and started to smoke and smolder some more. The structure was a total loss, but they were able to save much of the exterior portion of it. And while they don't know exactly how it started, they did have a good idea as to where it began.
It looked like it started in, looking at it on the left rear corner, probably where it started. We got toned out somewhere around midnight. I'm not exactly sure on that, but it was around midnight. It was pretty well fully involved, coming up the roof, out the back corner of it. We put about 6,500 gallon of water on it, and we stayed there till about 5:30, I think. We got the lead. Belongs to Allen somebody coming. I'm not sure his first name. Supposedly nobody wasn't living in it. Just have to let the insurance handle the rest of it.
And while members of District 3 did spend some more time up there this afternoon making sure the blaze did not begin again, the determination of the cause of the fire will be up to the insurance company holding the policy on the structure. While the owner was confirmed to be a James Allen. Going on to your Farm Bureau community calendar, your McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. I'll have more on North McGoffin's Kinder Camp in its second and final day tomorrow. This announcement, though, good to remind you, their back-to-school night is set for August the 7th, 4 to 6. That's a couple of days before students have to report to their first day of class. And one more reminder that the McGoffin County Head Start program is now enrolling students. If your child is going to be 3 or 4 by August the 1st, get them a Head Start. And you can do so by coming by the office or by calling 349-3488. Also, from South McGoffin Elementary, their Kinder Camp is set for tomorrow at noon. Rather, tomorrow, 9 till noon. 9 till noon for Kinder Camp at South McGoffin Elementary. And their open house is set for August the 3rd, 3:30 until 6:30. So take advantage of Kinder Camp tomorrow if you can, moms and dads. It's a great thing, as you're about to see a bit of in just a few moments. This from the Sagersville Grade School. They've got a site-based decision-making council, a special meeting of their site-based set for Friday the 4th of August. They're going to discuss and or hire for the vacant principal position left behind by Willie Cole, who now is the assistant principal at the Harold Whitaker Middle School, and they will be replacing him at the Sagersville Grade School during that meeting, or at least discussing that. If you've got a calendar announcement, birthdays and anniversaries too, and you want them on the show, just tell me. That's all you got to do, and we'll tell everyone about it. and you can send them to me anyway here on your screen, or always drop them off here at the newsroom on East Maple Street. Turning to local obituaries, we just received a partial listing in honor of 78-year-old Jackie Crace of Sagersville, who passed away earlier today at the Hospice Care Center in Lexington. Arrangements are incomplete at this hour, but they are being made by the family and to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Once again, the passing of 78-year-old Jackie Crace of Sagersville.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Sayersville at 349-4522, and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Stop by the seasonal shop for the two biggest events of the season and find all the help, gifts, and decor you need with baby and wedding registry, something extra special for the new arrival or that little one turning one or more, and wedding registry, ideas, and planning for everything from the ceremony to gifts to the home. And the seasonal shop also has thoughtful ways to honor memories of loved ones lost, with personal and gravesite decorations that they'll gladly deliver to our local funeral homes. Find something to cherish all your memories at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. Well, I can't say it's an age-old question, although age does have something to do with it. But to answer the question, Kindercamp, what's Kindercamp? Well, the answer to which I found at North Magoffin Elementary earlier today. As school bells are starting to ring across the area, they'll be ringing in the first day of school in Magoffin County on August the 9th. And for any student in any grade, the first day of the school year can be a bit of anything, from exciting to dreaded to intimidating, and a whole lot of other emotions you could possibly roll all into one day. And certainly for the very, very, very first day of school. And to ease that stress, North Magoffin Elementary's Family Resource Center Coordinator, Carrie Allen, staff, many agencies and departments and sponsors gave kindergartners a 2-day kinder camp starting this morning.
Our Family Resource Center wanted to reach out to our parents and have them bring their child to school to familiarize them with the building, meet the teachers, and just get a general idea about kindergarten.
It relieves a lot of the stress and anxiety for the child and parents as well. And we're just hoping to build on a really, really good year this year from this. And this is going to help our kids to recognize who our staff are and to not have a fear or not be afraid of us. So we're just really excited about this today.
And even though this is the first kinder camp at North Magoffin, they say it's something they've always wanted to do, but funding and time, as is with anything, are two of the biggest obstacles that they've faced. But this time, with a lot of help from a lot of folks in the community, they were able to raise the money to host 2 full days of events, also with the help of folks like The Montgomery County Health Department, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department added Touch Beauty Salon, the Extension Office, and a long list of others, which set up booths today and helped provide information and activities for all of the about 60 kindergartners that are registered at North Montgomery.
We'd like to thank our sponsors for providing every child with a free t-shirt that says, "Get your crayon at North Montgomery Elementary, KinderCap 2017.
And those sponsors include Foothills Telephone, Don McFarland, Greg Allen, Hometown True Value, Sayersville National Bank, Licking Valley RECC, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Tanya Ward's office, Mountaintop Incorporated, and 1081 Auto Mart.
I think that this is just the first year of many, many more kinder camps to come.
I did try to get a couple of the kindergartners to talk to the perhaps big scary man with the big camera, and they declined that interview. But I think it'll be before too long that we'll be back at North Montgomery for something and more good news, I am sure, and I'll have another chance to speak with some of those students. Well, I had a chance to speak with John Blanton, our state representative, earlier today at that very event, and we did speak off of camera, not knowing when I was going to get back to the office. I would have an announcement in his honor, a very prestigious announcement, where Blanton has been named to the prestigious Leadership Kentucky class of 2017. Yes, Blanton has been named to the 2017 Leadership Kentucky class, the state's oldest and most prestigious statewide leadership development program. Leadership Kentucky, a nonprofit educational organization formed back in 1984, recently announced the 2017 class. It consists of 52 members from a diverse coalition of public and private sectors. Blanton has been quoted in this release saying, "It's a privilege for me to join this outstanding organization and to have the opportunity to learn from Kentuckians doing great things around the state." He says he's excited to represent Eastern Kentucky in this group and to share our perspective with the entire state. The organization brings together individuals who possess a wide array of leadership abilities, career accomplishments, and volunteer activities in order to gain insight into complex issues facing the state. Facing the state for the past several days, high pressure. No news flash there in your Licking Valley RECC outlook. The news is what's coming, and that's a cold front. Before we see that, we'll see 70 degrees for nighttime lows. I've got 91 outside the newsroom at 6:30-ish, with increasing clouds tonight and nothing more than a light wind. But a front will give us cooler air and clouds and precipitation bookended for Thursday and for your Friday. Here's your best timeline for right now. No precipitation expected tonight. We're going to call for a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 9 in the morning under cloudy skies. Temperatures peaking right around 81 degrees. Those shower chances, however, will increase with a likelihood of showers and some thunderstorms possible by tomorrow night with a low of 68. And then by Friday, showers are going to be likely again. Clouds will still be quite dense, and we'll see showers add up to, as far as rainfall amounts, maybe a half to an inch of rain on Friday. This doesn't look to be a big rainmaker unless you get into one of those, of course, thunderstorms that blow up, but we need all we can get right now, certainly. Then look what temperatures do. They take a hit on Friday, down to 78, nighttime lows right around 61, and check this out. I mean, it's just perfect. It's not summer weather, but it's perfect weather. 77, mostly sunny, mostly clear on the first half of your weekend. Absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures do rebound, but slowly. Sunday, 80 and sunny, clear. Lows right around 60 still. Monday, 83, sunny, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. And actually, Monday, Tuesday, and through at least Wednesday of next week, I have nothing but sunshine and no temperatures over 84 degrees right now. That trend might even hold on a little bit past midweek as well. So, bottom line is clouds, showers, definitely by tomorrow afternoon and evening, certainly, and then into your Friday. But after that, man, start planning to do some things outside. And that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. We'll have more on the weather, the changes I'm sure that we'll be expecting between now and when I see you next, and more news that you can expect to only see here on Your News Today. Good night, and thanks for watching.